Hey guys, good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to another day of e-learning and science. It is Thursday. We are working on a new unit, which is also your last unit. That is human impact on the environment. I had a couple students email me and ask me some fantastic questions about how and where some of the satellites are from, how many we've got going, what locations and countries are monitoring all of this information because they wanted to make sure that it wasn't fake news. So I did look up some images for you. So what you'll see on the screen is just what NASA has. That's the Earth fleet. These are all operating through 2023, as you can see. All of those are just the various instruments that are used. They're also color coded. You can go on their website to see exactly what types of instruments are used, what type of data is collected, and also how it's applied to some of the technologies, some of the research, and some of the possible predictions for future outcomes of our planet. Another image will actually show you visually show you what some of those names are and what those satellites or, like I said, technologies look like. For today, you are going to be going into your new Classkick. It is called Human Impact, and you are going to be working on pages 2 and 3 today. Also, make sure that you have completed the Google form from Tuesday, so that way I can figure out and create partners for the project you guys are going to be working on next week. It's absolutely fine to work by yourself. If you'd like to work with one other person, that's right, one other person, make sure that form is filled out. I will double check partners and verify that everything is okay before you start on that next week. I do need to know by today so I can get those names out tomorrow or the latest Monday so we can communicate and make sure that everybody's on the same page. All right, those Classkick pages for today look like what you see on the screen. You're going to be visiting NASA's website. You're going to be clicking on the evidence link. It's going to send you and talk a little bit about the extensive research about global climate change on planet Earth. You scroll down a little bit further to learn about the causes that scientists believe have made this effect and these changes. You're going to talk a little bit about the greenhouse effect. That's going to be very helpful in this unit. When you move on to page 3, because I know you guys are going to do a great job and get both of these pages done today, you're going to move on to the effects link, which is going to talk about 2 different things that are some severe effects of those greenhouse gases. The last thing is the conclusion reflection. So what I want you guys to do is to think back to the questions that you maybe had on Tuesday when you watched those Padlet video options. I also put some questions that classes had generated back on page 1 of your Classkick, so you can rewind back to that page. Pick a question and see if you're able to actually answer that today. Another thing that I think is a possibility is if you can ask a question that maybe you don't have the answer to from looking at NASA's website. Maybe it's something that either I need to dig a little bit deeper and to do some research, or it could be something that's going to be really helpful on your project next week. Hint, hint. So that's what I've got set for you for class work today. The quote for today is that life doesn't require that we be the best, only that we try our best. No one's perfect. I think sometimes we kind of battle with this, I want to be the best, and like, if I'm not the best, then I failed, or any of that stuff. And you know what? That's okay. I think as you get older, you understand that there's different versions of the best. And sometimes what you see in other people isn't like the full or the true story about it, especially in social media. Oh, all the filters and all the extra stuff that people do. Know that while it may look like the best, it might not be the best. Trying an effort is the biggest thing. Trying an effort can be really difficult at times. I know I'm kind of in that funk of like, oh man, like I got to do all this and be my best and work all my time while I'm staying at home. But it's like, I'm trying my best on every little thing that I do. And that's the important thing because that builds consistency. And when you're continually doing that, that's what builds good, solid routines to kind of continue that motivation, even when it might be difficult. You'll get that little extra like spark of hope. So just remember, trying an effort and attitude goes a really long way. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about Classkick pages, partnerships, anything like that, please email me. Know that I'm always here for you guys, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. One day closer to the weekend, guys. Have a great one.